To one and all. KESPCCs organizes spark activity under Faculty Enrichment Program. So, as it, we will start with the proverb written by Befford. He says that if you can teach a student a lesson for a day, you can teach a student a lesson for a day, but if you teach him how to learn curiosity in learning process, he will learn as long as he lives. So here this proverb goes for those who are non-commerce student. So this department, commerce department, presents the topic for commerce for non-commerce. Okay, I am going to take an initiative to speak on a bank. Okay, so my topic is know your customer. Before knowing your customer means this customer, which customer? There are many customers. So our topic will be about a bank. Okay, before starting with a bank, I will explain how the ancient banking was. So here I start with my topic about know your customer, and here we go. If you will see on this picture, there are three different pictures. Some Asian coins, today's coins, and a woman and a man are doing something. Okay, they are exchanging the coins. One is purchasing and one is selling. So how come we should know that they are doing this business or they are doing this exchange? So in ancient time, if you have heard the word barter, so in barter exchange, men used to take one thing and give another thing. If I am having a rice of a bag and I need wheat bag, so I will exchange with that bag. Then later on it came an exchange of a coin. Then later on when coins were exchanged, then it came an introduction of a bank. Why these used to exchange? Will see it. If you will see, this is a picture of a bank. A man is carrying a bag of money. Do you think so? It is safe to keep money in a house? I don't think so. And no, it's not safe to keep lots of money at home. Why these banks are there? To keep lots of money, bank guards bank keeps our money safe. So today we are going to study about the bank. So we will first study about the origin of a bank. The word bank is derived from the Italian word banco. So first the name was banco, which means a bench. If you will see in the extreme left side, there is a bench upon which the medieval European money lenders and money changers used to display their coins for the purpose of lending or exchanging. What the European money lenders and money changers used to do? They used to display their coins. For what? For the purpose of lending or exchanging. If you will see in the right side of the picture, you will see these are the Jews, these are the people from Europeans. They are the money lenders as well as money changers. They used to display these types of coin in on a bench, and they just give and take it. Okay, this was the first origin of a bank. First it was a barter exchange, then later on it came an exchange of our coins, and now that we deposit our money into the bank. If you will see in this picture that the beginning of the bank, you can say evaluation of banking in India. So, in evaluation of banking in India was started in 18th century. In the year 1717, in the year 1770, Bank of Hindustan was established by Dutch. Then later on in 1806, first bank opened by Britishers and was named as Presidency Bank of Calcutta. Later on in 1840, again the second bank, Presidency Bank of Bombay, and later on in 1870, in 1843, again Presidency Bank of Madras. These banks were established. In the year 1861, first joint sector bank was started, and that bank was known as Bank of Upper India, where it started in Calcutta, but later on it failed in the year 1913. And again in 1865, first commercial bank was started, and that bank was known as Allahabad Bank. This bank is a public sector bank. From passing 155 years, is serving its customer at almost the best. This bank is also known as India's oldest joint stock bank. Again in the year 1881, first bank with limited liability, which was managed by Indian board, and that bank was called as Oudh Commercial Bank, which was started at Fazibad. Again later on in the year 1894, we all got our Indian bank, and it started in Lahore, where all the employees of India were working there, but the head was a Britisher, and that bank was named as Punjab National Bank. Still it's going on. It's good. We should be proud of that. Again in 1911, first Swadeshi Bank we got, which was owned and managed by Indians, known as Central Bank of India. Central Bank of India. In 1921, in the year 1921, first, as we saw, that the Presidency Bank of Calcutta, Bombay and Madras. Calcutta, Bombay and Madras. These banks were known as Imperial Bank of India. These bank was known as Imperial Bank of India. In the year 1921, these three banks merged and known as Imperial Bank. But later on in the year 1955, this Imperial Bank was known as State Bank of India. State Bank of India. So, in the year 1934, with the Hilton Young Commission, Okay, with the Hilton Young Commission, finally we had got our RBI Act, Reserve Bank of India Act, and on 1st April, on 1st April 1935, 1935, RBI took a birth. Later on in 1969, there were 14 nationalized banks. 14 nationalized banks were established. But in the year 1935, RBI took birth and all the controls, all the banks was under control under RBI. So these were the short evaluation of banking in India. Okay. Now we are going to proceed further. Exactly what do you mean by a bank? A bank is a financial institution and a financial intermediary that accepts deposits and channels those deposits into lending activity. You know, every time whenever there is changes, so there is change in the definition of a banking. But as now, till now, there is no confirmation or uniformity or a specific definition of a bank. Okay, so as bank changes, there will be RBI changes some policies, some rules, some regulations. So as the definition of the bank changes. So there are different types of banks accounts. That is, there are actually main two types of bank account. You can say demand deposits and time deposits. Okay, so in demand deposits, there are two accounts, saving accounts and current account. In demand deposit, saving account and current account. Whereas in time deposit, there is fixed deposits and recurring deposits. But when we come to know about the demand deposit, what do you exactly mean by demand? Means whenever we need, we can take out money. That is known as demand. If I am in need of money, so I can demand to my bank that I need that much. Okay, so my bank will pay me that much. But time deposit is not like that. It's a fixed deposit, like you have to keep some amount into the fixed deposit. Okay, and over a period of a time, whereas time limits have been given after 10 days, 20 days, month, 2 months, 3 months, quarterly, half yearly or yearly or within 5 years also. When your period comes, when the limit gets over, at that time you will get the amount. Same as recurring deposit, also you have to keep some amount every month into this account, and after a period, when your period gets over, you will get it back. But as the time passes, many questions arise, and some was thinking that if I need this much and I have to keep this much amount for the fix, then is there anything? Yes, it's there, an auto flexi account where we used to keep some amount as a fixed deposit and some amount we can withdraw for as a use. So let's see in a brief what exactly these types of bank accounts are. So first is saving account. This account can be opened by whom? Individual alone, or they can jointly can be also opened. For what? For the purpose to save future. Here we can see how slowly when we put a seed and when we take good care, we just give water daily basis, slowly they grow. Same what? our saving account is like that. If we slowly put some amount into our account, and that's known as a money is saved. Second comes a current account. This is the most important account. So this account which is not used, this is not used. Clearly it is been mentioned for the purpose of saving. Okay, this account is mostly opened by a businessman. Okay, where institutions can also open, companies can also open, and other business related work not also open, they have to open for purpose of business, because this account is not meant for saving purpose. This account is not for saving purpose. This account is only meant for an only business purpose. Okay, so next comes a fixed deposit account. This account is one-time deposit, as if it is said that this account is one-time deposit account and one-time takeaway, as period is fixed for certain time. Anyone can open this account. Even an individual, even can jointly, anyone can open. But the important thing is it's only one time deposit. Again and again you can't deposit in this account. And there is a period which is fixed, means there is a fixed period for a certain time. Depends upon you at what time you can give it. You can keep this, you can open this account for 3 months if you want to deposit the amount for 3 months, 6 months, yearly, 5 years. So depends upon you. Here this account means that you can keep this money only for the fixed period. Recurring account. This account is an account where what you do? You pledge. Pledge means you promise. Okay? To deposit what? A fixed amount of money every month for a fixed period. Are you getting? This amount is being kept for a fixed period. Recurring account is meant for those people, those who want to take out some amount from their income, fixed amount every month from their income, and this they put into that account. Okay, here in the picture if you will see, it is written small investment can lead to a bigger returns. Okay, recurring deposit builds your saving bit by bit. It is said that recurring deposit just build your saving. How? Bit by bit. So we have seen this flexi fixed deposit account or auto sweep account. You can say this. Another name for this is what? It's an auto sweep account. You can write here auto sweep account. Auto sweep means we can sweep automatically. Auto sweep account. Okay, what to sweep? That if I have withdrawn some amount for my personal use, and rest of the money will automatically be transferred into a fixed deposit. So let's see the definition about auto sweep. A flexi fixed deposit is a special kind of deposit offered by banks in India and other countries. It is a combination of demand deposit and a fixed deposit. The depositor is able to enjoy both the liquidity of savings and current accounts and high returns of fixed deposit. Here in your auto sweep account, what it is said that here in India means exactly every bank is having different certain fixed amount for the auto sweep. For example, if I will just give you an example of, suppose I am having 50,000 rupees. Just I am writing here. Suppose I am having 50,000 rupees now, okay? And I don't need 50,000 right now. So what should I do? So I will ask to my bank. Suppose I am asking to SBI bank, okay? SBI example I'm giving you. Suppose I'm asking, suppose in SBI account, in my savings account there is 50,000 rupees, and I just want to shift my savings account into what? Auto swip or flexi fixed deposit account. What here it means that if I am having this 50,000 rupees and I am in need right now only just 10,000, only just in 10,000 in need, so rest 40,000 what I am going to do? So if bank is having auto sweep account, so bank will transfer my money, this 40,000 into auto sweep account, auto sweep, where I can get an interest of fixed deposit account, and I can withdraw 10,000 for my personal use, and rest 40,000 automatically it will go into fixed deposit. But it is mentioned that if you can have minimum amount of 40,000 or minimum amount you can take out this amount. Depends. Every bank is having different thing. Are you getting my point? So let's see what is exactly this is. So we have seen exactly what do you mean by auto sweep or flexi fixed deposit account. Okay, so now to open any account you need this KYC form. You need this KYC form. So later on we'll see what is KYC form. But do you have any questions around what is, how, when, why, where? Is there any need for KYC? What is the use of KYC? How it is used? Where it is being used? When to use? Who is going to use it? Huh? Is this necessary? So many questions arise here. So let's see what is KYC and KYC norms. Okay, so first we will begin with what is KYC. So here KYC from the word itself means that know your customer. Simply it is given here, know your customer. KYC stands for know your customer or know your client. It has been declared as a compulsory process. Who has declared this compulsory process? RBI. Are you getting? Every bank or any financial institutions of RBI has declared, if you want to open any account through any financial institution or any bank, you have to process this KYC form. Okay, so to get the information about the identity and the address of the customer. What is this? This is just an proof. Are you getting my point? This process has been made mandatory for every bank if they are giving an account opening form. So if you are a banking company and you just want that customer should come to your bank, and they should maintain the relationship with your bank, so they have to open an account. So opening an account means you are asking some information about them. So which information and how it is being guaranteed to the bank, we will see. See, before opening an account, to guarantee that there must not be any misuse of any services provided by the bank. Why we ask this form? Because this form is a proof for the bank that this customer is not going to misuse any services. Okay, or we bank as a banking company will not misuse any services to the customer. Okay, as per the order by RBI, bank has to update the KYC detail information at regular intervals of between 2, 8 or 10 years depending on the risk of the profile of the customer. Simply, okay. So what is an KYC? KYC is nothing. It's just know your customer. It's a proof. It is a process which is compulsory made by RBI for all the banking companies, that you have to give this form to every customer who is opening an account, which means that bank is not misusing any services to the customer. Okay, and customer's duty is to update this KYC between 2, 8 and 10 years. Every year you have to fill the form. It is said. Okay. Next, what is the requirement for KYC? Do you think so? It's a requirement for KYC? KYC is aimed to make it easier for the banks and other financial institutions to know and understand their customers, to know and understand their customer. Implementation of KYC guidelines for every new bank account was made compulsory in which year? In the year 2002, which came into force against in the year 2005, 1st July. The aim of KYC norm is that to restrict, what to restrict? Money laundering and stop terrorist financing. Are you getting? RBI issues some guidelines for KYC. Through which act? Through Banking Regulation Act 1949. In Section 35A Banking Regulation Act 1949. KYC guidelines has been given. For what? For the maintenance of records, rules and from preventions of money laundering. Okay, there should, if there would be any violation or contravention of any bank, it would be subject for what? For the penalty under the Banking Regulation Act 1949. So this is clearly mentioned that under section 35A in Banking Regulation Act 1949, RBI guidelines says if any rule is being broken, then they have to face section 35A. And this section specifies that any money laundering is there or any terrorist financing is there, so you have to face this section under 1949. And when it is came into existence, it came into existence in the year 2005, July 2005. Are you getting? 1st July, you can say that. Then comes, what are the objectives? Do you think so KYC norms have objective? Of course, yes. The main object is to stop money laundering, terrorist financing and to understand their customer too and to avoid any risk in the future. Suppose if you have taken loan, okay, so if you are unable to repay it, so through this KYC norms, bank can reach to you. Are you getting? Bank can easily reach to you and can keep a record and track on you that exactly what it is meant for that. So the main objective for KYC norm is that stop money laundering, terrorist financing, and to understand the customer, even to avoid the risk in future if they are taking any loan. Or you can simply say it is in a 3-step. Getting into a lengthy process, you can understand in a small diagram, in a simple word, it is said. What is KYC? KYC stands for Know Your Customer. Process of identifying and verifying identity of the customer. What to identify? The identity of the customer. Why do I have to do KYC? What should I do for KYC? Is there anything? Is there need for the KYC? What should I do or what RBI is going to do? As per guidelines of RBI, all customers of the bank or a wallet who wish to avail higher balance or ability to transfer money need to complete KYC. Suppose you are sitting in India and you want to just transfer money to foreign. So to transfer good amount from the local place, from India to India, from resident to resident, or from outside to resident, or from resident to foreign. So you have to complete with KYC norms. Why does bank require government ID verification? RBI has defined the three level of KYC. Companies offering minimum KYC do not offer option to transfer money to other account or to the bank. It is said that why government need ID verification. If there is no ID verification, anybody can do any mischievous, anybody can do any trade malpractices. Are you getting? So it is very compulsory that you have to complete KYC norms. What documents are required for KYC? Suppose if you are filling KYC, why it is necessary? Already you are having an account. Okay, then too you have to fill KYC because you have to give your updation to the bank. Are you getting? Now, before updating to the bank and you want to open a bank account. So suppose I just want to open an account. So which documents are required? And who can open an account? Anyone, individually or jointly. Anybody, company, organization, individual firm, individual can open an account. Okay, what all documents are needed to for opening an account? So address proof in the name of a company. Okay, if it is a company, if a company is opening, and which documents are needed for a company. So telephone bill, electricity bill, water bill, bank account statement, credit card statement, service tax, sales tax, okay, government registration certificate, huh? Lease proof. If you are having any lease, you can give it a proof. Certificate of incorporation, shop and establishment certificate. Please ensure that utility bills, etc., are of period not older than 3 months. If you are giving a check, so the check is going to expire within 3 months. Are you getting? And suppose if you are an individual person, so address proof of an individual is needed. Passport, voter ID card, driving license, telephone bill, electricity bill, bank account statement. Are you getting? It is said that please ensure that utility bills, etc., are a period not older than 3 months. It is given. Both PAN card and address proof are mandatory for individual or for any company. Are you getting? These are the documents. We'll see what are the steps to be opening for an account. Suppose I am taking an example of an saving account. Suppose any individual wants to open saving accounts. So what are the steps to be followed for that? So first, to choose a right bank. Okay, many people choose the bank which is very nearby their home or office, so that easily, because to open an account you should not go far away, because many times you visit to a bank very frequently. So it's a right thing that you select the right bank. Selection of a bank should be right. When the bank is located in the same locality as yours, it's easier to carry out the financial and non-financial transaction. The same holds true for its ATM network. Also, however, before selecting the bank, make sure that internet banking and mobile banking services are available. Why? Why it is necessary? Because the facilities which you are going to use of the bank is over a period of a time. Okay, and it's frequently you can use it. Okay, then you can visit a bank physically or you can visit offline also, means you can visit through internet also. Okay, website are the best place, as it is said, to get information, to acquire some more information of a bank. Choose physically or you can choose from the website also. If you want to see for SBI, go for an SBI, www.sbi.com. So SBI bank account is website will open. So you have to choose which branch. You can type any branch, Bombay branch, Delhi branch, wherever you are residing. Okay, most of the commercial banks are open from 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. on weekdays, including first, third, and fifth Saturday, and remain closed on second and fourth Saturday, Sundays, and public holidays. So exceptions is there. If you want to visit personally, you can visit before or 4 p.m. As banks opens at some banks open at 10:30, 10 o'clock, 9:30, 9 o'clock, depend upon the bank timing. Okay, but before 5 p.m. bank closes. Okay, banks are remain open. After 5 p.m. you will not get any services physically through the bank itself. Remember, second and fourth Saturday and public holidays, these days are bank going to be closed. You can visit rest of all the days. Why KYC forms to be get ready? Any account if you are opening, you have to keep proof, identity proof and address proof with recent passport size photograph. So these rules you have to keep it. 6 document officially valid documents for the purpose of producing proof of identity, which passport, driving license, voter ID card, PAN card, Aadhaar card. Okay, and NREGA card. What do you mean by NREGA card? That is National Rural Employment Government Act card. Are you getting? This is what stands for. If you are having this card, this is also a proof of identity that you, it is you only, and this card is valid by national banks, every bank also. So you can see in the picture the passport is there. If you will see, here it is passport, here it is an Aadhaar card, identity passport, PAN card, this is an Aadhaar card. If you will go for, this is a driving card, this is a birth certificate, and some bank states that I need that if you are having transaction, so we need transaction, this voter ID card, identity, everything is there. Okay, next, comply with bank's KYC rule. What it is said? It is a process by which banks obtain information about the identity and address of the customers and ensures that bank services are not misused. That's why this has been complied with bank's KYC rule. KYC procedure is to be completed by the banks while opening the accounts. In fact, KYC is mandatory for this purpose. Therefore, the verifying officer has to make sure that the documents you have submitted are genuine. If you don't have documents to authenticate your identity, you will not able to open the account. Simply it's said. Why these documents are needed? These documents are needed to authenticate whether you are the original person or not. Simply this said that. Okay. Next come, you have to fill out the form. When the documents are verified, you will provided with the saving account application. Once the documents are cleared, so you will get an application form. So you have to fill all the blank spaces and you have to paste your photograph also. You have to put your signature on the photocopy and the KYC form. Okay, once the signature is put, then the bank will save this data into the database. Okay, and the same signature which you have given to the bank, you have to use for the verification. You have to use every time, whether you are withdrawing it, whether you are just depositing it. Okay, initial amount, after the submission you will be requested to deposit some amount, and then initial amount for opening an amount. So this is known as an minimum balance. Okay, when you don't meet the prescribed minimum balance, the bank levies a penalty. Sometimes it happens that we withdraw complete money, we don't keep any money. So this is wrong. You have to keep a minimum balance. It can be 1000, it can be 500. uh, sbi 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 gives minimum balance of 500, whereas HDFC and ICI Bank give minimum balance of 10,000. HDFC Bank keeps, they say that you have to keep minimum amount, an initial amount for or deposit minimum 10,000. Okay, simple as. Okay, this was a long procedure. In short, you can go through it. Make sure you are eligible to open an account. Okay, means you are not a terrorist, you are not a criminal person. Okay, you should know that I am eligible for opening an account. Then choose the bank for the best for you. Pick the account type you want it. Okay, and then visit your bank and ask to open an account. Okay, ask important question before you finalize your account. Any question if you are having, you can physically ask. Then collect an application form. Fill that application form with a specimen signature, enclosing with a necessary KYC document and your ID, address proof, everything, and then submit that application form with KYC documents and your remaining documents. Then collection deposit received from the bank by primary deposit amount. So minimum 500 is there, you can pay it. And keep the account documents you receive secure for your future reference. Okay, this is exactly know your customer form. See here it is given name of an applicant. Okay, you have to write your name, your father's name. If you are married, you can write your wife's name also. You can write your husband's name also. Okay, you have to take on the gender, whether you are male or female, whether you are married or unmarried. You have to state the date. Okay, you have to mention nationality. If you are an Indian, you have to take your an Indian status. You have to mention the status, whether you are the residential or non-residential. Are you getting? You have to mention your PAN card, then your Aadhaar card number. Okay, then proof what you are giving. You are giving Aadhaar card, you are giving passport, you are giving driving license, any other you can submit it. You have to stick your photograph. You have to stick here your photograph, and upon that half signature here and half signature upon the photograph. Are you getting my point? This is what a form is, KYC form. Is that very clear? Okay. Thank you. Any questions? You are free to ask me. Okay. Have a nice day.